What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the AM. Welcome back to 5 Minute Rants. I'm your host, Michael Abernathy. Welcome to the show where we talk about anything and everything predicated on the journey of life and business, guys. Well, I hope y'all have had a great week and a great day so far. And let's just kind of jump right into this. So last episode, I talked about failure, okay? I talked about how we want to avoid failure. We don't like failure as people. We don't like being wrong. For some reason, an irrational reason, we just do not like being wrong. Well, I actually want to talk about how to look at failure and how to see failure. And the word, I guess, that I want to focus on is really positivity, okay? So there's a saying, you can see the glass half empty or you can see the glass half full. And it's another saying that you could follow this with is every cloud has a silver lining. And what that means is the world is going to be however you tend to look at it. So there's statistical studies that people who live in countries with less materialism and less wealth tend to be more happy and they tend to be more positive. Why? Because they're not looking at what they don't have, because there's a universal gap in a universal hole of everybody doesn't have. Instead, they're thankful and grateful for what they do have. It's the same thing with failure. It's the same thing in life today. Without that gratefulness, without that thankfulness, there's no way you're going to be positive. See, we live in, if you live in America, if you're listening to this, I do, live in a very materialistically wealthy nation. And as a result, because wealth is so abundant, it's the normal thing to see. And as a result, we tend to see what we don't have. And thus, oh, failure, oh, this, oh, that. And social media has exacerbated this in a large way. Social media has really exacerbated keeping up with the Joneses. Now, I'm not saying all social media is bad or anything like that, but the outlook you have while on social media can be very toxic, okay? And so I'm saying this very importantly because as you move through life, you're going to experience failure. As you move through life, you're going to experience what you don't have, but really stopping to look and really stopping to see, oh my gosh, what do I have? I am really blessed. If you're in America, even if you are in the poverty line in America, you're in the top 1% of all the world, somewhere around there, 1 to 2%. We can fact check me and double check out, but at least I know that we are way up there, okay? And so looking at that, it's really that mindset of being like, it could be worse, but what do I have? You know what? I've got a roof. I've got running water. I got food. I'm being fed. Okay. And is it what I want it to be? No, but that's okay. The same thing with failure. Did my decisions turn out the way I wanted them to be? No. Okay. Well, that's great. That's fine. You can change it now. You can learn, you can grow. There's going to be no growth without failure, by the way. There's going to be no growth and no learning without the acknowledgement of failure. And in order to handle failure correctly, I think you really have to be thankful and really positive in where you're at. So like I've got a Harvard degree in stupidity, guys, and that has really come from a crap ton of failure. I know a ton of stuff not to do and still learning a ton of stuff not to do. But instead of letting that just destroy me, destroy my partnership, destroy my marriage and all these things and letting that become toxic, it's really like, wow, I'm so thankful that this has happened. None of this stuff has cost me my life. None of this stuff has cost me my limbs. None of this stuff has ever put me on the street to where I'm not living without food. And to really think about that. And so as you move forward, without having that positive mindset, without being thankful, man, life is going to be really miserable. Now, here's the key about positivity. It actually takes work to think positively. It actually takes work to be thankful. One of the best things I've ever done in my life is start saying out loud, thank you. Right? And so it takes work to compliment people. It takes work to actually choose to be thankful. And so that's one of the reasons why it seems to be so hard to be positive at times, because it's real work in a lot of ways. And it's real work to actually get the point to where that is your normal go-to versus negative, right? I've worked a lot in marketing. One of our companies does a lot of marketing. And one thing that we've always found is it's much easier for people to be negative. Why? Because that's the way they've trained themselves, is to be negative, and that's their first go-to. Versus, okay, yeah, the food was more salty than I wanted, but I'm not going to leave a 1-star review for that. Why? You know what? The waiter was great. They took care of me. They at least didn't spit in my dish. Anyways, That being said, guys, really think about positivity and thankfulness. And I will catch you guys on the flip side. Oh, and I'm thankful for y'all. Peace.